Welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my personal favorite acoustic guitar VST. It's super cheap, it's only £49. It's a standalone VST, so you don't have to have contact or anything to use it, and generally I just think it sounds great. I wanted to show you guys, so let's get straight into it. So the VST is called Think Signatures. It's from Spitfire Audio. So to give a quick rundown, this is like a volume knob. As you can see in the bottom left, this slider allows you to change the dynamics. Moving it up and down changes between it being really close to the microphone, and it can also make it sound like it's being ran through an amp. Next, we've got this wheel which allows you to change a bunch of the effects. So obviously twisting it round puts it 100% or 0, wherever you want it to put it. And when you click the wheel itself, you can change the reverb, attack, release, start point, chorus and delay. So you have quite a few things that you can change. At the top we've got different types of reverb, so you can make it shorter, different tones and stuff like that. You can tune it, you can pan it, you can change the volume, standard stuff really. What I'm going to do is cook up a sample using a bunch of different sounds from this VST. First I'm going to put some chords down, so what I'm going to do is bring the preset menu up and let's go for Brady pulled chords. What I'm going to do is bring the release down, keep it pretty short, and let's bring the attack up quite a bit as well. I'm also going to bring the chorus up a little bit, and that should be good. As you can see on the keyboard at the bottom, there's a yellow section, a blue section, and a green section. So if I highlight the green section, these are all major chords. So if you put a note on D in this octave, it's going to play a D major chord. Then obviously the blue is minor and the yellow is neutral. I'm going to do a very simple progression just to show you guys how it works. So in this octave is a major chord, so this is going to be G sharp major. Then we've got a C minor chord, so we're going in the scale of C minor. I'm going to add an A sharp major chord to finish off the progression. Something very simple. I love using this because it's very difficult to make a guitar VST sound realistic, whereas this is actually someone playing a chord. So straight away you've got a realistic sounding progression, and it's super easy. I've clicked in 3 notes. So next I've just copied the progression into a new version of the VST. I've chosen this arpeggiated preset, which is someone actually strumming the chords. So I'm just going to play that and then change some of the settings whilst we're hearing it. So you can hear the chorus making it wider straight away. You can hear the tone changing when we use this knob. Let's bring the squeak noise up a little bit. And let's also bring the reverb up a bit. So now when we hear them both together, it sounds like this. Gonna add some effects to the first sound, put an EQ, cut some of that low end out. I also want to cut some of the high end out. Let's also add a reverb, ambient tiled room. Next I'm gonna add some percussion. To showcase that, I've changed the progression slightly so the guitar cuts out here and here. So if we go to the presets, if we choose percussion, let's go for the Brady kit to keep it all in the same theme. Just going to add a quick reverb to that, nothing heavy at all. So next I want to add vocals, and they do have some in this VST. Not too many, but they sound pretty good, and you can layer them as chords and stuff like that. So let's go for an ooh swell. Let's just bring the release down. What I'm going to do with this is fill some of the gaps. So like here. So that's a G sharp major chord like the guitar is playing. Then we've got a C minor chord, and then we've got an A sharp major chord. Let's put this chord to G minor, which is the 5th chord in the scale. What I'm going to do with that is layer it with an R. Just copy those chords across, put them in a different mixer track. Let's pan one to the right, pan one to the left. I'm going to bring this one down a little bit. I want to add a couple of effects to the strummed guitar. I'm going to add a cassette, and I want to choose the chorusy preset. Bring the static off. And also an EQ just to cut some of the low end out. To the vocals I want to add a shaper box and put it on the half preset, and I've done that on both of them. And finally, let's add some keys to it. There's only a couple of presets, but it's just something extra to add. Next, I'm going to add a bass guitar, just a couple of notes just to fill the low end. For a little bit of texture, I'm going to add something from the Scarbo from Teletone Audio. Just bought this. It's got some really cool synth sounds. Just add the same chord on the 1 and we'll add a bunch of delay to it. Just using a fruity delay. Let's just bring the... Yeah, we'll keep it like that. And I'm also just drowning it in reverb. Also adding a halftime to it so it's less present. So next I'm going to put this in the playlist. I want to add a perk loop underneath it. I'm going to grab one from Only One's Balenciaga Volume 8. Something pretty simple like that. I'm going to chop it up so it's not hitting the whole time. Bring that across and then just duplicate that. Just adding a bandpass EQ to filter it out. I'm also adding a good hertz tremolo control, the slow auto pan, just so it pans from side to side. So now what I've done is bounced it to audio, so we've got one stem to work with. I'm going to cut the end off and I'm going to make it unique as a sample. Then I'm going to double click, right click, and then go to open new fruity slicer channel. So I'm going to set it to beat so it slices it evenly. For some reason it makes it really quiet, so I'm going to bring the volume up. I'm going to bring the attack up. What I'm going to do is make it half time, so it's put it down to 70 BPM, and then let's bring the pitch down by 3. Straight away, that's giving it a completely different vibe. It almost sounds like something Brent Fires would hop on. What I'm going to do is make some of the chops reversed. So this one, for example, and then these two. I'm going to pitch it down even more. Let's go -6. What I'm going to do is bounce that to audio again. So now we've got this stem to play with. What I'm going to do is stretch it. I'm going to bring the tempo down. Let's do like 132. One final thing I'm going to do is chop the sample and then shorten certain parts just to give a little bit of extra bounce. You'll see what I mean now. So what I normally do is select a quarter beat and I go to the chop tool and I literally just go like this, just a bunch of random chops. Then if we highlight everything, we go to none and then zoom in and maybe do just like 2-3 clicks. Let's go with 2 clicks across. What you need to do also is change it to generic and you'll hear little gaps. It just adds to the bounce of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and a comment and let me know what you want to see next. And I'll see you in the next one.